It's been over 10 years since this incident, and that's the only reason I feel comfortable typing it out now. This is the worst thing I have ever done in my life, and it's not even a close call. When I was 25 and my ex-fiancée was 23, I found out that she had cheated on me shortly after we had discovered she was pregnant. I was tipped off by a coworker of hers who was my buddy, and he informed me that while I was on a several-week trip to Central America where I went to go see my father with cancer, there were several days where my fiancé went back home with a male coworker. I confronted my fiancée, and she denied, and denied. I demanded to see her phone, and after much pushing, she tearfully handed it to me, which confirmed that for a few months she had hooked up with a coworker of hers. She tried to say that we'd work through it, and that she's sorry, but something holding me together as a decent human being broke, resulting in my following actions. I said we could work through it, but she needed to acquiesce to all my demands if she had any hope of salvaging what she had with me. I first told her she needed to quit her job immediately and text the coworker that he should, and she wanted nothing to do with him anymore. She initially protested, but I put on the waterworks and said I would never trust her at that place of work ever again. She did as I asked and quit over text with her manager and sent a nasty text to her coworker and blocked him in front of me. Then I demanded she terminate the pregnancy. She balked since we had agreed we were keeping the baby, but I said that I didn't know if I was the father, and I don't trust her right now, much less want to rebuild a relationship with her while raising a kid. She begged and pleaded, but I told her that I was so hurt that if she decided to keep it, I would throw her out and she'd be a single mom while I disappeared from her life without a trace. It took a lot of pressuring and convincing, up to her begging me in tears in the parking lot outside the clinic, but she eventually got prescribed the abortifacients and terminated the pregnancy. She seemed hollow and broken afterwards. Chances are, that kid was almost 100% mine, but I didn't want any permanent link to her. Finally, one day while she was out, I packed her stuff in the back of my car. When she came back, I told her to get in, and I needed to take her to grab some dinner. She obliged, and I drove her to the next town over and pulled up in front of her parents' house. I got out and started throwing the garbage bags of her stuff onto the lawn. She started yelling, asking what I was doing. I told her we're over and that she's staying here now. She said that we could work it out, but what I'm doing is illegal. I told her that she can either stay here, or I will choke the life out her if she ever came by my house again. She threatened to off herself, how she couldn't come back, her family was pretty abusive, and so on. I said it'd save me the effort. I never heard from her after that day. I did hear that at one point she ended up hospitalized, I suspect for an attempt on her own life, but I didn't feel much. Now after therapy, where I didn't confess my crime, but did confess what happened with her cheating, I would have done things incredibly different. Something broke in me that day. I do my best to be a decent person, but even now I'm scared looking at my own daughter with my current wife of the evil I am capable of.